Good morning, my lovelies, my friends. We are going to be sharing my arrest record with you guys. Now, I want to go ahead and share the story how I remember it first. For those of you guys that are new here, what's up? My name is Nicole Pludre. I'm an addict in recovery. I've been sober since July 13th of 2015. Sorry that y'all can see this, but it is what it is. I'm standing up. I'm making this video. It's the easiest way to do it. Is to have you guys like this, okay? So, the way I remember being arrested, and let me dust this. Oh, there you go. The way I remember being arrested was I was in the car with my friend Quincy. I say friend, but really he was an acquaintance that I had made over at Nate's house. Nate was a dope cook, okay? This is all public knowledge in Hot Springs, and you can pull all these records from the police reports and stuff. Nate was a known cooker, okay? I had been staying at Nate's house for like 2 or 3 months, and I had started shooting up meth, okay? So by this time, I had been shooting up meth for 6 months because I had been staying at his house for 2 or 3 months. Then I met Quincy over there one night. And y'all have to understand something. I had never shot up dope before in my life. I was a smoker and I was a hotline toker. Okay, I love to do hot rails. That was my jam. That was my thing. Every time everybody would go to shoot up, I didn't know they were going to shoot up. They would go to the back bedroom and I would be in the living room doing my hot rails. You know, that kind of thing. Trigger warning, just so y'all know. And so I would just, be doing that. Well, one day I had walked in the back bedroom because everybody was going back there and I didn't understand why everybody was coming out looking like triple high as me. And that's when I realized that they were shooting up, told them to shoot me up, and they shot me up. That's a story for another video. I'll tell y'all about my first time getting shot up with meth. And if you're easily triggered, you do not want to watch that video. So me and Quincy had left Nate's house and went to my sister's house to stay the night. I stayed over at my sister's house, shooting dope and getting high with her and Quincy. That next morning, we went back over to Nate's house to pick up some dope and go to the Terry twins' house. We got to the Terry twins' house. We got everybody in the house high. We sold a couple of quarters, and like a couple quarters and a couple halves, and then we had like maybe a gram on us left when we left their house. I had a syringe in my purse with about 1 or 2 cc's of methamphetamine in it. I had a marijuana pipe and I had a hookah bong in my trunk. Quincy had the gram on him in his sock. So we're driving down the road, and the next thing I remember is being surrounded by marked vehicles, by regular police cars and big trucks, big SUV, black SUV, and then those big Oldsmobile like detective cars. That's all I remember. I remember them throwing Quincy out of the car. My car was still rolling. They threw it in the park, started screaming at me. I got out on the ground, spread eagle. They asked me if I had anything. Officer Jessup came to the scene. He asked me if I had anything on me. I told him no. I didn't know whose purse that was. It was a midget underneath a tree's purse. I mean, I was making up all these fucking weird tales, y'all. Well, I got my police arrest record, and I want to read to you guys what actually happened. Sorry. Now, mind you, I remember being surrounded, okay? I remember bebopping. We were listening to rap music. I was getting it. I was rapping to the songs. And next thing I know, we were surrounded, I was so hot. Let me tell you what actually happened, okay? I got the documents here that show like how much dope I had on me, how much dope he had on him, everything. Okay, here we go. Facts constituting probable cause. Here it is. On January 30th, 2008, at approximately 1500 hours. So that's what, 3 o'clock? Officer Kenneth Kaiser observed a blue Ford Focus bearing Arkansas license plate LPN something, something, something. That was my car. Traveling south on 7th Street, failed to stop at the stop sign located at 7th and Woodlawn. Already I'm tripping because I'm like, we ran a stop sign? No wonder we got fucking pulled over. The car was being driven by Quincy Smith, who Officer Kaiser knew to have a suspended driver's license, and there was a white female riding in the front passenger seat, later identified as Nicole DeMeo. Officer Kaiser activated his blue lights and siren and tried to get the vehicle to stop, but it continued east on Woodlawn. We didn't stop? What? The vehicle finally stopped in the 200 block of Woodlawn, where Smith was taken into custody. A search of Smith's person incident to arrest revealed a small plastic baggie in his right sock near his ankle containing an off-white colored powder suspected for methamphetamine. Detective Jessup arrived on scene to assist Kaiser and assisted with a search of the vehicle. During the search, Detective Jessup located a silver purse in the front floorboard of the vehicle on the passenger side. The purse contained a syringe loaded with approximately 0.2 cc's of a semi-colored liquid and a blue glass marijuana pipe. A small portion of the liquid was field tested and showed a positive reaction for presumptive identification of methamphetamine. The purse also contained the personal belongings of Nicole DeMeo, including her wallet, credit cards, and other miscellaneous items. Further search of the vehicle revealed a large marijuana bong inside of a blue canvas bag located in the trunk. I do not remember running a stop sign. But I can also tell you guys, I was really high, and like I said, I was rapping, y'all. I thought that I was like Little Kim up in that bitch. Okay, Quincy's a black guy, and we called him Pacemaker Quincy because he had a pacemaker and he shot meth. And it was just like to me, that's just like the craziest thing. Like, you have a pacemaker, but you're shooting meth. Dude, are you trying to die? So anyways, I had Pacemaker Quincy driving the car, and I was Little Kim, like, you know? I don't remember any of this. I don't remember running the stop sign, but I can tell you this. Where we were located is right across the street from the Oaklawn racetrack and right down the street from the police department, the sheriff's department. The sheriff's department is like right here, and then the police department right here, and we were right here in the middle. So when we ran that stop sign, I'm sure Kaiser said, hey, I got Quincy Smith running a stop sign. He's a known drug user. You know, they knew he had a suspended license. And so he probably called for backup pretty quickly, and that's why I remember just being surrounded, you know, because that's how it was. There were so many vehicles around my car, like I was tripping, dude, tripping. But it just goes to show you, like, I was so high I don't remember us running the stop sign, and I thought that was pretty fucking funny. So what I did was they couldn't send me the motion of discovery, so I went ahead and asked for that from the courthouse because I got this from the police department. Now, I'll share with you guys the other stuff that they sent me, which is like the evidence thing and stuff like that. Okay, so it says Criminal Investigation Division. On January 30th, 2008, Nicole DeMeo was arrested for possession of a controlled substance at the Hot Springs Police Department. I read Nicole DeMeo her Miranda rights using a standard HSPD rights form. Nicole DeMeo initialed each of the Miranda rights as I read them to her, indicating she understood her Miranda rights. Nicole DeMeo gave the following statement. I shot meth up for the first time about 3 weeks ago. I have only done it twice. That was my purse that was in my car. The marijuana pipe that was in the purse is mine also, but the syringe that was in my purse is not mine. And that's all I said. Now, that syringe that I had in my purse, Quincy had brought it over to my sister's house. This is a fucking crazy story in itself. And my sister caught me in the bathroom using it to shoot up. This is the night before we got arrested. So my sister grabbed it from me, ran outside, and threw it in the big ass green dumpster outside of her apartment building. Bitch, you would have thought she threw $100,000 in that fucking dumpster, because my ass went woo and jumped in there and got it. Got it out, finished doing what I was doing, and then threw it in my purse. And so I think that's why I made the statement that it wasn't mine. Like, I wasn't going to claim that it was mine, but I was obviously high, so I had used it, you know? So, and that's the only statements that I would make to them. Later on, they called my cell phone, and I want to share this with you guys. Later on, they called my cell phone, and they asked me to come in and talk to them about what had happened. So I did. And while I was there, they told me, they said, Nicole, we want to give you an opportunity to get this felony off your record, okay? I had a felony possession and then misdemeanor paraphernalia charges. And they said, if you'll just make 3 confirmed buys, then we will take these off your record and you will not be a felon. And I didn't know what to do. So I told him, I said, listen, man, I can't fucking make this decision right here, right now. Like, I was already fucked up, and this is like a week after it had happened, and I'm still getting high. And so I got to go talk to my dad. So I went home and I talked to my dad about it. And that's when my dad sat me down and said, absolutely fucking not. You did the crime, you paid the time. He said, do you know what could happen to our family if you decide to be a fucking snitch? Then they're going to come over here and they're going to start fucking with my shit. And I'm too old to go to fucking jail. And that is the day that I learned that you don't snitch on folks. You don't fucking do that shit. You know, I didn't know. I was very naive. I was shooting drugs. I was raised up well by my mother and father. I had just really made some bad choices in my life and got involved with some really fucked up people, you know? And so, but that's the day that I learned, like, hey, it doesn't matter what they offered you. It's about integrity, honesty, and accountability. Okay, and I never would have been in that position carrying Quincy's syringe around me if I hadn't been using it at my sister's house. I never would have been in that position if I hadn't been in Nate's house getting high and living with him and shucking matches and helping him make dope. I would have never been in that position. So it's time to get honest, own my shit, and live right. And I thought that's what I was going to do. You know, I went to court. They gave me probation. I took probation instead of going to prison. They gave me 3 years probation. And basically, I passed my first drug test, and then the rest of the time I failed them. And they gave me 1 year to just fail. And right towards the end, they sent me to treatment, said, this is your last chance. When I came out of treatment and I relapsed, that's when they sent me to prison. And I did a year in prison. So I just wanted to share that with you guys, and I hope you got a little bit of a laugh out of it. And please let me know what you would like me to share with you next here about my life and my arrests and my drug addiction. I would love to share with you guys anything you want to know. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see y'all on the flip side.